Hello there! You can call me I'm a Cobra, and today I'll be showing you how to get some exclusive armor and weapons in the Undying Ghost Armor set and the Haunting Spirit Hood, as well as a few other weapons. Let's get to it! First off, you are going to need to purchase the Necromantic Grimoire creation for 100 credits, or purchase the Anniversary Edition upgrade for $20, which I highly recommend you wait for a sale because even I don't think it's worth that much. Next, you're going to need to procure 4 Conjuration Spell Tomes, specifically the ones conjuring the Undying Ghost, the Haunting Spirit, the Skeleton Minion, and the Skeleton Champion. Normally you'd buy them from Finished Guesser or find them in random loot at a certain level, but you can find free copies of several of the tomes in fixed locations. You'll find Conjure Undying Ghost at the Ritual Stone. You'll find Conjure Haunting Spirit in the Throne Room of Ingvild. Of course Arundel would have this tome. And you'll find Conjure Skeleton Minion at a Necromantic Altar southwest of Fort Greymore. Unfortunately for Conjure Skeleton Champion, you'll have to beat it out of Finis or find it in random loot at least level 23. And last but not least, you'll need...
Attack!
After gathering all the requirements, let me introduce you an exploit that I'm dubbing the Fatal Transmog.
Do exactly as I do.
Alright, I'll go over that slowly. First, equip your desired spell and the Wabbajack. Next, cast the spell. And then you need to cast enough summons to dispel your first summon and cast the Wabbajack at it at the same time. Then simply punch whatever appears. Then you're rewarded with a corpse and its spoils. Note the transmogrification chance of the Wabbajack is actually really low. You'll want your summon to turn into a chicken, rabbit, mudcrab, or Dremora. Now, the reason why I call this the Fatal Transmog is because the initial Wabbajack projectile is killing the summon and subsequently transmogrifying its corpse. Now, why does this work?
All of this just works.
Therefore, I want to explain it, as that's not the point of this video. Maybe in another video I'll go more in depth, but this will have to do. Now that you've essentially learned how to convert your summons into lootable corpses, let's go over what we can gain from each summon. From the Undying Ghost, you'll get the Ancient Nord Armor, the Ancient Nord Gauntlets, Helmet, and the Undying Ghost Sword. From the Haunting Spirit, you'll get the Haunting Spirit Hood. From the Skeleton Minion, you'll get the Skeleton Minion War Axe. And from the Skeleton Champion, you'll get the Skeleton Champion Greatsword. Next, let's go over details about these seemingly non-unique weapons and armor. Here's the full Undying Ghost armor set with back and side views. While the gauntlets do have a visible first-person model, if you equip the cuirass, you'll notice this weird polygonal mess on the bottom, which was also a bug with the original Ancient Nord armor when worn by males specifically. However, unlike Ancient Nord armor, the Undying Ghost's unique armor pieces cannot be tempered, but they can all be enchanted, with the usual enchantments per armor piece. For some technical information you should know, if you want to get the matching set bonus for heavy armor while wearing the Undying Ghost armor, you should know that the cuirass and the gauntlets are classified as steel, and the helmet is classified as steel plate. One last thing to note, while the Undying Ghost armor looks normal on males, it looks uninteresting on females. Although you do get a free unenchanted enchantable version of the Helm of Ingol, but when Khajiits and Argonians equip this helmet, where did it go? Essentially it's invisible and replaces their hair, accessories, feathers, or horns. You may think this makes it useless for Khajiits and Argonians, but if you know what super stacking is... Next, let's talk about the Haunting Spirit Hood. Essentially, it's a recolored wedding wreath and a vampire hood fused together, but when worn by males, it looks like a generic vampire hood. Furthermore, it won't appear on Khajiits or Argonians. Also, super stacking works. Now let's talk about the Skeleton Minion War Axe and the Skeleton Champion Greatsword. While they might look like heavier steel weapons with the damage of Skyforged steel weapons, they have some technical stat differences. The Skeleton Minion War Axe has 0 staggering potential, And the Skeleton Champion Greatsword is 5% faster than normal greatswords and does 1 extra point of critical damage over a Skyforged Steel Greatsword. They both can't be tempered, but they can be enchanted. The most unique feature about them is they can't be disarmed. The level cap of disarm is 30, so player characters, followers, and dead thralls under that would make use of these weapons effectively, especially in Nordic Ruins against disarming Draugr. Now the very last thing I need to introduce is the Undying Ghost Sword. It can't be tempered, it can't be enchanted, and it can't be disarmed. What we can do with it is disenchant it, which grants us the effects enchantment. Now what does it do? It creates a cool trailing effect when swinging your weapon, although it's more noticeable in third person and in darker places. The Undying Ghost Sword's unique effects enchantment can be used on all types of weapons, not just one-handed swords. The sword effects enchantment also seems to be unaffected by enchanting level and soul gem size. With that being said, the size of the trailing effect matches the original Undying Ghost Sword, so when enchanted on other weapons, it may look a little off. By the way, it does not increase weapon length, and is purely just visual. With that, I've shown how to get every unique armor and weapon with the Fatal Transmog exploit. Now it does work with other summons, but only those 4 I showed in the video had anything unique to share. Now, I'm far from done utilizing this exploit, as it doesn't just work on summons, but also reanimated actors, such as dead thralls. This adds further implications that I'm excited to share in future videos. And with that, see you next time!